What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight. Okay, alright, let's see how this goes. Making their debut on the channel tonight, we have Bullet For My Valentine. Yes, indeed, how about that? Bullet For My Valentine making their debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to do all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bibbity bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Sabo Metal, and it was also the winner of the Patreon request prioritization poll, and this was a close one, folks, winning with 38% of the vote. It was number 536 in the queue. It goes straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. They all want to see me react to this song is Bullet For My Valentine with a song called Tears Don't Fall. Now, have I heard this song before? Full disclosure, yes. Yes, I have. I'm actually very familiar with this song. I was, at one time, a pretty big Bullet For My Valentine fan. When they released the album The Poison, one of their tracks, 4 words, Choke Upon, ended up on an NHL game that I was playing on the PlayStation at the time. And I heard that song. And the funny thing is, it was the very first song that loaded when I put the disc in. I put the disc in, I pushed the start, I pushed the power button, the game loaded up, I hit the start button, and the very first song that kicked on was 4 words to choke upon. I remember listening to that song, and I didn't even start playing the game. I just sat there and listened to the song. I was like, this song is amazing. Who is this? And I found out it was Bullet For My Valentine. I went and got the album, The Poison. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. At the time, there was only The Poison and the Hand of Blood EP, so I went and got the Hand of Blood EP. Loved it too. Loved both of those albums. Then Scream Aim Fire came out, and I remember I got that album, and I really liked it. I really did. I didn't love it as much as I loved The Poison. The Poison just had this. The Poison and the Hand of Blood EP both had this rawness to it, this absolute, just singular raw power to it. When Scream Aim Fire came out, I really liked it. I really did. But I kind of felt like I was listening to Defenders of the Faith, and I was like, okay, I'm starting to see some changes in their approach to their songwriting. I hope we don't have a Judas Priest repeat. Well, then Fever came out. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, Fever came out. Oh. There were some good tracks on it. There were, okay? There were like the first, okay, tracks 1, 2, and 4. I really liked those tracks. Track 3 was, I was like, okay, it's a little ballady, but it's okay. The rest of the album, if I'm being honest, was very ballad heavy. It was like, oh boy, okay, we're becoming one of those bands. All right, well, hopefully next album will be better, and that was Temper Temper, and I was done. I remember I listened to that album like twice, and I was like, nope, I'm done. I'm done. I see the decline. I see the change in direction. I'm not gonna listen to these guys anymore. So, unfortunately, very much like Judas Priest, I lost all faith in them. I really did. Temper Temper was an absolute piece of garbage. There was only like 2 songs on the entire album I could stand listening to, and really only one of those songs I actually enjoyed. So, no, I'm done with them. I was like, I'm finished, I'm finito. I know they've put out other albums. I don't care. I'm not, no, I don't even want to listen to them. But Tears Don't Fall did come off the Poison. Now, here's the thing. I told Sabo Metal this. I told him I'm very familiar with this song. I love this entire album. And Sabo Metal was able to get through to me and tell me it's a live performance. Thank God. So here's the deal. Since I am familiar with the song, I will not be reacting to, evaluating, or scoring the song itself in any way, shape, or form. It wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be fair because I am very familiar with the song. So it's not a reaction, guys. I'm sorry. I will only be reacting to, evaluating, and scoring the live performance. That's it. We're talking about stage presence, stage energy, showmanship, crowd interaction, stage interaction, production. And I will take, of course, how well they play the song into account in a live setting. I'll take that into account. But the song itself, no, can't even talk about it. So anyway, just want to be clear with everybody and have full transparency. Let's see. This was posted by... That's not how you spell fierce. Fierce Support. Fierce spelled F-E-A-R-C-E. Lord have mercy. So Fierce Support's posted this, and it has 90,013 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Bullet For My Valentine, Tears Don't Fall, live at Rock am Ring 2010. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this. With bloodshot eyes, I watch you sleeping. The warmth I feel beside me is slowly fading. Watch you hear me. If I called her name, would she hold me? If she knew my shame. Something's something in my going wrong, and I walk in the wrong direction. There's always someone fucking hanging on. Could anybody have me make this better? Your tears all fall and crash around me. Her conscience calls the guilty to come home. Your tears all fall and crash around me. Her conscience calls the guilty to come home. Moment.
What the hell's going on tonight?
Okay, look. Are they playing the song? Yeah, they're definitely playing the song. I haven't heard any mistakes. They're playing the song flawlessly. Okay, I will absolutely give credit where credit's due. Having said that, this is, I mean, I hate to say this. This is boring as hell to watch. I mean, they are literally standing in place. Even when they're not on the mic, they are literally standing in front of the mic. But they're not using the mic. They're just standing in front of it for like 64 measures. You know, you could take those 64 measures, you could step away from the mic. You could maybe go back and interact with the drummer. You could maybe go up to the front of the stage and, you know, interact with the crowd a little bit. Wouldn't hurt. Wouldn't hurt at all. But no, instead, you're going to stand there like a coward in front of your microphone because you're so afraid to leave your little circle of safety.
That's pitiful. I mean, it's absolutely pitiful to perform like that.
I've never understood that. I've never, as a performer, ever understood that. I hate being in front of the microphone. Unless I have to be to sing, okay, fine. I'll get there on the mic. I'll sing my part. But as soon as I get 16 measures free to get away from the mic, you better believe I'm gone. I am gone as fast as I possibly can so I can get out in front of the crowd. I can go back and interact with the drummer. I can go back over there to the left side and interact with one of the guitar players. I can do something to put on some sort of a show rather than stand there like a chicken, afraid to leave my little 4-foot wide circle of safety. I've never understood that. I'm sorry. I know I'm ranting right now. I know I'm going on a rant. I don't care. This really upsets me, and I don't understand why musicians who are not even using the dang microphone have why they're not even using it. So why stand in front of it? I just don't get it. I'll never get it. I'll never understand that. Anyway, let's keep going.
I hear no screaming. The vision's left inside me, slowly fading. Watch you hear me. If I called her name, would she hold me? If she knew my shame. So it's if I'm going wrong, that I walked in the wrong direction. It's always someone forgetting it all. And then they put it up and make things better. Your tears all fall and crash around me. Her conscience calls the guilty to come home. Your tears all fall and crash around me. Her conscience.
Oh, I think I just saw the guitar player on stage right, over to stage left. Okay, okay. There's hope. I want the bass player to go over to stage right. Had the bass player go over to stage right. There he goes! All right. Okay, I'm gonna back up a little bit. Okay, okay. I will give credit where credit's due. I saw the guitar player on stage right go all the way over to stage left. And just as I was starting to get on the bass player's case for not doing the same thing, I saw him get out of his circle of safety and go all the way over to stage right. Okay. Thank you. Moving around the stage. Stage energy. Thank you. We had some. It's not a ton, but it's better than nothing. I'll take it. It checks the box. So, yes. Good. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Look, I know the lead guitar player, or not the lead guitar, the lead vocalist. I believe his name was Matt. If it's the same guy, I don't know if it's the same guy or not, but I believe his name is Matt. I know he's kind of a slave to his mic because he does most of the singing. So I know he can't really venture too far. I get it. I get it. But I also know the bass player and the other guitar player, they trade off backing vocal duties. So they're not always singing. So to see them get away from the mics, move around the stage, crisscross, so they're down opposite sides of the stage, I am so glad they did that. Thank you. 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 Okay. Okay, we checked off that box. So let's go down the list so far. Stage presence, check. Yeah, we got that. Stage energy, now we have the check. Good. Stage interaction. No, we don't have any of that yet. Crowd interaction. Again, not really, not that I've seen. So I can't really say check. Showmanship. Yeah, I mean, it looked planned. It looked like it was planned. It didn't look like they're just improvising. It looks like it was planned that guitar player would go over to stage left, bass player would go over to stage right. That did look like it was planned. So I'll give it to him. I'll give it to him. Showmanship, check, sure. Production. Look, you're playing outside at Rock am Ring in the daytime. You're not going to have any. Unless you're the headliner playing at night, you're not going to really have a whole lot of production, guys. So I can't really count that one. So far, out of the main 5, I don't count production right now. Out of the main 5, we've checked off 3. Unfortunately, the most important one, crowd interaction, has not been checked off yet. So I don't know. Hopefully, we still got about 2 minutes to go. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, they will get some crowd interaction going here. We'll see. Okay, I saw some crowd interaction from the bass player. Check. Good harmonies. Okay, bass player went back and interacted with the drummer. All 5. Nice. And interacted with the drummer there too. Okay. Right at the end, we got all 5 checked off. And we can really, more than anybody, we can thank the bass player for those last 2 check marks. I saw him do both. So, once again, bass players to the rescue. Ba-ba-da! Yes, indeed. We really do, man. We always come to the rescue. All right. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Bullet For My Valentine with a live performance of Tears Don't Fall. This was a request from Sabo Metal, and it was also the winner of the Patreon request prioritization poll, winning with, and it was close, let me tell you, winning with 38% of the vote, moving it for number 536 in the queue, straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. Okay, before I give my score, I just need to make a disclaimer again, really quick. I've heard the song before. I'm very familiar with the song. I still, to this day, every once in a while I'm driving, I will just pop in The Poison, the entire album, and I'll listen to it from start to finish. I love that album. That whole album I thought was great. In my honest opinion, it's the best album they ever put out. Don't get me wrong, the Hand of Blood EP, I love that album too. I do, but it's an EP. It's not a full LP. Screaming Fire, I thought was a really good album. I do enjoy listening to that album, but to me, that was like Defenders of the Faith. I started to see a change in the wind. I started to see a change in direction. I was like, oh, I don't know about this. And then Fever came out, and I was, oh God, no, they did it. They're pulling a Judas Priest. Oh God, okay. And then Temper came out, and I was done. I was absolutely done with them. But to this day, I will still put in The Poison in while I'm driving around. I'll listen to that whole album, start to finish, every once in a while. I'll probably listen to that album maybe 3 to 4 times a year. I'll listen to that entire album. I think it's a fantastic album, start to finish. So I'm very, very familiar with Tears Don't Fall. Okay, so when it comes to the score, I am not basing the score in any way, shape, or form on the song. I'm not. I can't. It's not fair. I don't do it with other songs I've heard. I'm not going to start doing it now. So I'm basing my score completely on the live performance. We're talking about the stage presence, stage energy, crowd interaction, stage interaction, showmanship, and production. I do take how well they did the song into account. I absolutely do that. But as far as like the songwriting and the arranging, no, I don't take any of that into account in this situation like this. Sorry, that's the rules, guys. So please keep that in mind when I give my score, okay? Speaking of the score, let's get to it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give that live performance, I'm gonna give it an 8.1. Yep, 8.1. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, they almost didn't make it. It was close, man. They really waited to get down to the wire before they got those last 2 check marks, but they did get them, okay? Let's go down the checklist. Stage presence. I mean, yeah, these guys have great stage presence. They really do. They know how to stand up at the front of the stage and draw attention to themselves. They do. They just have a very natural charisma about them, and I got no problem with that. Stage energy. It took a little while, but we finally saw some. They started moving around the stage. The guitar player on stage right went all the way over to stage left. When they did that, it took a little while, but the bass player finally moved from stage left over to stage right. At some point, they crisscrossed back. So we had some movement, we had some motion. Create stage energy. I'm fine with that. Check. Now, these next 2, boy, they waited until like the last 10 to 15 seconds to really get it. Stage presence. I'm not saying stage interaction. They waited to the last second for that one, boy. They did. I saw the bass player go back and interact with the drummer, and then when he jumped up on the drum riser, then he turned around and faced the crowd. Okay. This may be scraping the barrel, but I do count that as stage interaction. The bass player did go back, he did interact with the drummer, and then he turned around and faced the crowd. It counts. It absolutely counts. And at the very end, I saw the lead vocalist go back and interact with the drummer too. So stage interaction, it was there. Check. Okay. Crowd interaction. I didn't really see any except for the bass player. At the end of the guitar solo, I saw him go up and point out to the crowd. Okay, it counts. It's only one thing. It's only one act, but it does check the box. Would I have liked to have seen more of that? Yes. I mean, especially considering the fact that the lead vocalist is, I mean, his hands are kind of tied. He's playing guitar and singing lead vocal at the exact same time. Doesn't really give him a whole lot of opportunities to do that. But I also know the bass player and the other guitar player, they share the responsibility of doing the backing vocals. So while the bass player is doing the backing vocals, the other guitar player on stage right, he really doesn't do anything. So what's to stop him from leaving his little circle of safety to go up to the front and interact with the crowd a little bit? Take 8 measures, dude. Seriously, take 8 measures. Go up to the front of the stage interact with the crowd a little bit, and then go back to your circle of safety. That's perfectly fine. I got no issue with that. As long as you took those 8 measures to go out to the front of the stage, interact with the crowd a little bit, and then go back. Bass player, same thing. When the guitar player is doing the vocals, bass player, you're not doing anything except playing the bass. Why don't you take a couple measures, go interact with the crowd a little bit, or go interact with the drummer or something. Do something. Don't just stand there in front of a microphone that you're not using for the next 32 measures or whatever. It's ridiculous, you know? I just don't understand that. I never have and I never will. I've never been that kind of performer. I never will be. I just do not enjoy standing in front of a microphone for no reason, especially if I'm not going to be singing on it. So they did do it. You know, I saw one instance, but all I need is that one instance to check the box. So check. Yep. Crowd interaction. Showmanship. Yeah, the crisscrossing between the drummer and the guitar player and then crossing back. It looked planned. It looked like it was blocked out and it was supposed to happen where it did. So I count that as showmanship. I know that does seem like a bit of a stretch, but I do count it because it did look planned. So yeah, I'll give it to him. Showmanship. And then production. Look, playing outdoors at an outdoor festival in the daytime, you're not going to have any production, guys. I'm sorry, you're not. Unless you're like the headliner, you know what I mean? But if you're the headliner, you're going to be playing at nighttime, where the lights can actually be seen. You know what I mean? There's no point in using lights when the sun's shining right into the stage. It just doesn't make sense. So there was no production. Honestly, there really wasn't. So I can't really count it. So that's a null point. But the other 5 check marks were all there. Barely, but they were there. I'm giving them an 8.1 for no other reason than the fact that they did barely manage to check off all 5 of the check boxes, but they also did sing the song and play the song like flawlessly. I mean, it sounded exactly like it did on the album. It really did. Even the harmonies sounded good. In a live setting, doing those harmonies, not easy. And I gotta give them credit where credit's due. Their harmonies were very impressive from a vocal standpoint. The guitar playing sounded clean, bass playing sounded clean, the drumming sounded clean, everything sounded exactly like it did on the album. So I'll give it to them. They did play the song live pretty flawlessly. Gotta give it to them. So yeah, it did help the score a little bit. Not a lot, but it brought it from like a 7.7 to like an 8.1. Okay, so 8.1, they got it. They got up into the grades. They did. I don't know, man. I get the feeling that Bullet For My Valentine is not one of those bands that puts a lot of effort into their live shows as far as the visual aspect goes. I get the feeling they're one of these bands that literally will just stand in place and play the songs note for note exactly like the album. And look, I mean, if that's what people want, that's fine. If people are okay with that, that's fine. Personally, if that's what's going to happen, I'd rather just sit at home and listen to the album for free rather than pay 80, 100, 150, whatever it is to go see these guys play live. I think I'd rather just, if that's all they're going to do is play the song exactly like it is on the album, I'll just listen to the album. Save my money. Use it on a band that actually earns my money to be spent on a ticket to go see a great live show. You know what I mean? So anyway, 8.1, great score. And that's where we're going to stay, is with that 8.1. I really, as much as I would love to give them a higher score, I just can't. I just cannot do it. So 8.1, final score. I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.